Abbi J, and let's talk about meditation. I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you are somebody who's heard about meditation. Maybe you've tried it a couple times, but you're wondering what all the hype is and how to make it like a daily practice. And even that, like you basically are wondering like, why is this important? Well, your girl Abbi J has been practicing meditation and I've really found some benefit and use to it. So I want to share with you a beginner's guide to meditation so that you can use it on like an everyday, every girl type level. We're not going to go be yogis, even though that'd be amazing. But I just want to share with you real life ways to use meditation to decrease your stress and increase your ability to connect to your inner self and to your goals and to the vision that you have for your life. So let's dive into this beginner's guide on meditation. So like I mentioned, I have really been curious about meditation for a long time, and recently I've really been using it in my life, and I have finally come to a place where I enjoy the practice, where before I felt like, oh, I have to like hum and have my legs crossed for hours, right? And this just like wasn't working for me. So as a new mom, as somebody that's extremely busy, I have found a way to use meditation every day that really helps me like calm down and focus on my goals. So I want to share with you those 6 tips on how to do just that. The first thing to do when you are starting a practice of meditation is to find a place, a time, and somewhere to be alone. I have found that I don't like to meditate with other people around, even if it's just my husband. I start to lay there and I think about what they're thinking about, what they're thinking about me laying here. Do I look funny? Like, it just isn't good for me. And so I found it like that if I find a place and a time and that I can be alone, it really works for me. So what does that look like for a busy mom? That for me might be right before I go to bed, and I get to lay there, be alone in my bed. Everybody thinks I'm asleep, but I'm just laying there and focusing on my breathing and trying to practice these practices of meditation. So find a time that works for you. Maybe you have a minute to be alone in the afternoon where you can just sit on your couch and have that time to be alone. I also, with like my beginner guide to meditation, I don't think you need to lay down. I don't think you have to sit up. For me personally, I love to sit on my couch when I have a moment and I let the sun from the windows come in on me, or I love to lay in my bed. So tip number 1, figure out your time, your place, and where you can be alone. The next thing that I like to do is I get out all the wiggles. So I do love yoga, and every time I go to yoga and use shavasana at the end, they're always like, get out all the wiggles. And I feel like I have to do that every time I meditate, because if I just was to like try to sit still right now, I'm like, oh, my back, I gotta wiggle. Like, so get out all your wiggles. Like, let your body loose, let it relax, because that's gonna be an important part of the next steps of enjoying your meditation practice. The third tip on your journey of meditation is to focus on your breathing. So you found your spot, you're alone, you've gotten out all your wiggles. Now what I found to be successful to turning off my brain is to just focus on my breathing. And you want to send your breath down into your tummy and out your mouth. So you breathe in your nose, down into your tummy, and out your mouth. And be careful not to just be breathing in your chest. I think you're going to be surprised how often we just shallowly breathe in our chest. So this is a good time to focus on your breathing. And for me, when I focus on my breathing, it helps me block out, all my thoughts, because I'm not there yet where I can just like zone out the whole world. So it really helps me to have something to focus on that has to do with meditation and my practice of trying to de-stress. The fourth tip is to clear your mind. And like I just mentioned, this can be hard. This is what takes a lot of practice when it comes to meditation. And I have such respect for people that like when they meditate, they're like, oh, it's like white noise. I don't think or hear anything. I'm not there yet, but I have had like gotten close to that. And I've gotten close to that by picturing myself like I picture an eraser and I erase each part of my body until there's nothing there. I picture colors and I just try to think of like pink and be like all surrounded by pink. That sounded like Napoleon Dynamite when she's got like the starfish, but anyway, but like I think about colors. I try to think about things that aren't gonna get my head spinning like, okay, after this I gotta go do the dishes, and then when I wake up I need to take Ollie out for a walk, and then I need to do this and this, and I need to post a new video. Like that isn't helpful for me when I'm meditating. Instead, if I can focus on my breath, if I can focus on solid thoughts, I call them, those are like my colors, or like erasing myself in my head, that really helps me to clear my mind. So try it out. I'd love to hear down below what you think about when you are trying to clear your mind. The fifth tip on your journey to being a better meditator and using meditation every day to help you de-stress and focus on your goals is to be patient. This has taken me a long time. I used to just do it after, like, I would go to a yoga session, or I would just feel like, oh, this is kind of weird. This is a little hippy dippy. And so for me, just practicing for like 2 minutes every day. Like, yeah, seriously, I'll sit on my couch and let the sun fall on me, focus on sunshine and my breath for 2 minutes, and I call that good, right? And sometimes I don't get a lot out of this practice. Sometimes I'm just like not doing it well. That's okay. We're learning, we're growing, and as you practice meditation, it's going to be something that comes easier to you. It's going to be a little bit more useful every single time that you use it to clear your mind and get refocused on what you're working on. And the sixth tip for using meditation in your life is to start adding it into your daily life. So I know it sounds like we're very hippy dippy and that we are like, I don't know, being a little bit weird when it comes to personal development, when it comes to meditation. A lot of us who are starting out think that. But I have found, like I said, if I use it right before bed as a way to de-stress, if I use it as a way to be a little bit more mindful in my day, if it helps me be a little bit more patient with my little boy, then it is successful for me. And so, like I mentioned earlier, I practice for like 2 minutes. Maybe before bed, I'll do like 10 minutes. But honestly, for me, it's not about being a long time because I don't have that kind of time to give to this. So if that's you, find little daily ways that you can practice meditation. And maybe it's while you're watching a show and you think, okay, for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to actually close my eyes and really just try to focus and de-stress and breathe a little bit deeper. These little ways that you add it into your day are going to make a big difference in whether you keep up this pattern of meditation or not. Okay, babes, there you have it. Those are my six tips on a beginner's guide to meditation, because I am very beginner myself. That's what I would call it, but I like to take practices that a lot of people take to extremes, and I don't say that negatively. I think that's awesome. I think of like Abbi Bernstein, who is amazing at this and has a lot of time to devote to it, and I like to take their ideas, their processes, and convert it into real life everyday girl on like what I can actually do. And that was the goal of this video. So I hope that you can take meditation, take it from this awesome, look at extremes, look at like those yogis, look at people like Abbi, look at these people who are just like on fire with the awesome benefits of this practice of like stress relief, of focus, of being healthy, of being mindful. Okay, let's break it down and let's make it into something that we can use every day. So I hope that these 6 tips help you out. Please like and subscribe. I do videos about personal development, adulting with a faith perspective. So I hope that you'll subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. So Abbi J out.